Hey guys, how you going? This is BillyEatWorld, and today we're going to take a look at the top 5 things that I think BF4 does better than BF Hardline. Yesterday we took a look at some of the things I think Hardline does better than BF4, which was a pretty controversial topic as I expected it would be. Hardline has obviously split the community just like BF4 did on release, but I think it's kind of sad that some players are treating this game like they would a COD game. Whether you like it or not, Hardline does have some good features, and a lot of people do enjoy it, so I just don't understand why so many people have to be so hostile towards this game. Like I said in yesterday's video, I could easily make a list about what BF4 does better than Hardline, so that's what we're going to do today. Before we start this video though, I just want to point out, like I do in every top 5, that this is my opinion, so if you disagree with me that's fine, but just remember that this is from my perspective. Some of these points might not be a big deal to you, but the fact is I've put these points into a list because they're a big problem for me. I understand that there are going to be different opinions though, so feel free to let me know what you think about any of these points in the comments section below. But anyway, coming in at number 5 is more vehicles. A few people seem to think that my point in yesterday's video about mortars and UCAVs wasn't valid, because they don't fit the theme, and I guess you could say the same thing about some vehicles in BF4. Most of the armoured vehicles, jets and attack helis are noticeably absent from Hardline, because the devs can't exactly put them in the game and still stick with the police theme. Regardless of whether they should be in the game or not, they aren't in Hardline, and BF4 definitely has a better variety of playable vehicles. Like the mortar and the UCAV, the theme took the vehicles out, but the devs did consciously choose the theme, and as a result I think BF4 is a better game for vehicle players. So coming in next at number 4 is better graphics. Now, good graphics don't make a good game, but the graphics are noticeably better in BF4, and for PC guys with beast rigs, I can understand why this would be an issue. The reason I haven't put this point any higher on the list though, is because even though I own a good PC, I tend to play BF4 and Hardline on console. The graphics in Hardline are nowhere near as good compared to games like BF4 and Destiny, but they are as good or better than most Call of Duty games and CSGO. Hardline does seem to run a bit smoother on PS4 than Destiny or BF4 though, so I'm pretty sure the lower quality graphics were a trade-off to optimise the game for console. And coming in next at number 3 is more weapons. This is a point people bring up all the time about Hardline, so obviously it deserves a spot on this list, but maybe not the top spot for a few reasons. There is a fairly big weapon list in Hardline, but the problem is a lot of these guns are inaccessible to the average player because they didn't buy the deluxe edition or they can't finish the assignments. Also, the weapon balance is making a lot of weapons unplayable at the moment, and that cuts the overall list down to about only a half a dozen really good guns. On the other hand, BF4 has a much better balanced weapon list and a year's worth of DLC under its belt, so there's still tons of content for players to go back and work through. So coming in at number 2 is game modes. There are a few fun game modes in Hardline, but regular TDM and Rush, the two modes I play the most in BF4, are sadly not in the new game. Heist and TDM 64 are kind of decent alternatives, but they're still not the same, and I think I'd enjoy the game more if the BF4 modes were eventually added in. Hotwire has also been pretty disappointing in Hardline, and most people seem to be playing this mode just to grind out cash or the tier 4 reputation unlocks. All in all, for this reason I'd say BF4 has better game modes, even if it is hard to find servers running anything but Conquest these days. And finally, coming in at number 1 is long-term replayability. I think this is by far the number 1 issue Hardline has at the moment, with a lot of the player base heading back to BF4. Hardline has a lot less content than BF4, and after you've unlocked all the weapons and grinded out most of the assignments, there isn't a lot left to do in the game. I've been playing through quite a few games lately, so I'm still only at like level 51 in Hardline, and I've already unlocked just about everything. Don't get me wrong though, I think this game is still fun, but it's not like BF4 where it's going to take you hundreds of hours to unlock everything. But anyway guys, that just about wraps up this top 5, so let me know what you think in the comment section below. Also, check out the links in the description below if you want to see more of my videos, or if you'd like to support my channel on Patreon, and until next time, see you later, and have a good one.